Hello, folks. Sean Mize here, and I'm really recording this for those of you that are my clients and fans, folks that have followed me, hopefully learned from me, been clients, possibly been my mentors over the years. And I just want to say how grateful I am, how thankful I am for the time that we've got to spend together over the years and the things that I've shared with you, mostly from a business perspective, right? As I've grown my business, and I've always been pretty transparent of what I showed you on the inside of my business. Over the years, I've done those faith-based calls. I believe God had called me to do faith-based calls for a long time, and I probably should still be doing them with more frequency. But I'll tell you what, the last couple of years of my life, uh, some of you know some of the details, but it's been rough personally. And over the course of about the last 90 days, today might be day 90, I have written a book about how Jesus has drawn me closer to him radically. And I've included in it some significant tangible activities and processes and prayers and worship and things that you can do, that I can pass on to you, really from God, to be able to say, hey, some of these things, not everything, but some of these things might help you grow closer to Jesus, might help you grow closer to God. And so I want to share with you here a couple of the designs, and these are mock-ups. There's a few details that aren't quite right yet, so that you can participate in the discussion if you so choose. And then I also want to show you part of the document, for certain reasons. I don't want to share the entire document, okay? But I want to share you the document and show you, the kind of the heft of what's been created. And then I'm going to ask you if you'd be willing to contribute to help participate in accelerating getting this book out there. So I'm just real transparent with you. The last couple of years have been rough personally. And I've tried not to show it on the business side of things, but I'm revealing it right now for those of you that don't know. And the details are obviously not line in detail, but the the process is in the book. And um, these last 90 days, I looking at the clock, I think it's literally this would be day 90, maybe day 89. This has been my primary work, and what I'd really like to be able to do the next 90 to 180 days is just focus on getting this message out to people. And and folks, as you know, in business, I've taught business for years, and in business, we have to have money and contributions to make that happen. On the faith side of things, it's a little bit different than saying, "Hey, we're going to teach some big coaching program and do this." So I'm going to post some details below the video of some ways that you can contribute if you'd like to help it. And I put together some packages that I hope that will bless you in exchange as a thank you for participating. But without further ado, let me just show you some of the ideas that we have um, and let me just go to one of the kind of the final mock-ups. And this is probably not a final mock-up. A couple of days ago, I felt really good about it. But after having a meeting with some clients yesterday, probably moved to one of these next four. And I'll just kind of roll through them with you. If you shot me a note that said, or when you pick up one of the packages, you let me know, hey, I like that one better than the other. That's going to mean a lot to me, because the truth of the matter is I could live with any one of these, and and I could be pretty happy with any of these. Um, what's inside of the book is what's, to me, what's most important. But I want a book that's going to stand out on the bookshelves as well, and I believe that that's important. Now, the next piece I'm going to show you, I wish that I had the confidence to just show the whole document and the full table of contents, but I'm for a number of different reasons, I'm not going to. So I'm going to share with you, this is the last 2/3 of the outline. And of course, this is just made with Google Google Docs. They create an outline out of each of the chapter headings. So these are the chapters. Right here, almost 300 pages, and that might get tightened up a little bit when we do the edit and we get it over. But let me say this. I'm just going to share one passage here, and I'm just literally taking this. It was very random. I wasn't even planning to show that. The book is tight, meaning that when it's 280, 290 pages, and it'll clock in it more than that because the filler pages aren't in. There's going to be like a page or two between each of the chapters. In count, that's going to add like 20 pages, but you're seeing one that just has one of those filler sections. All the rest have not been filled in. So this book is pretty solid. And I'm not, folks, I'm not bragging in any way, shape, or form. I just want to show you what's going to be out there before I have a physical copy that I can send you in the mail and say, hey, read through this, and say, hey, should the rest of the world get to see what's inside of here. All right. And so, like I said, I'm just going to ask you, if you'd like to, if you'd be willing to scroll down the page, and if there's possibly a way that you could contribute. The way that I'm setting this up is that you can put an amount in, and if you give over a certain amount, then I give back in another certain way, and that's kind of laid out. But you really can put any amount in. So you can put an amount in that's between two numbers, or that's lower or higher. So as much as you're able to, and as much as you'd like to contribute to what we're doing. Now, I want to be real careful. I'm not saying contribute to the cause of Jesus, right? I truly believe that as folks read this book, that lives will be transformed and changed, that some people will come to Jesus, some people will become closer, some people might be offended, right? But I want to be really careful that I'm not saying, donate so we put the cause of Jesus out. That's not exactly it. But I truly do believe that he's called me to get this book out there for the purpose of changing lives, and whatever you choose to contribute will make a huge difference. I'm so grateful to have you in my world. I love you all.